welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's Tuesday night, and I can't wait to show you some product tonight. So, let's see, get that out of the way. I like to be able to see. I'm going to try much harder this week to stay in the middle of the screen. So, today started Celebration. So here's the Celebration catalog, and I'm going to show you two products from it tonight. That seems a little bright. That's a little bit better. All right, so I'm going to show you, I'll tease you here a little bit as I flip through. We are going to use this set here. I can show you this set. It's called A Touch of Ink. It's one that's available with a $100 order. And oh my gosh, the images look smaller there, but look how big they are. Let's see if I can get a piece of paper under there. Ah, that light's giving me some grief. So there's a butterfly, a hummingbird, some flowers, some leaves, and then it's got the filling, so you can fill them in there with some nice sayings. And the other set we're going to use tonight, or I'll show you, is Approaching Perfection. Oh, I'm sad that light. Let's see, this might work better. For this part anyway. Approaching Perfection is a birthday set. I don't know why. There, we'll try that. So those are two of the Celebration sets. I'm also going to use some products from the new January to June catalog, which is this one. It has 90 pages in it. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time limiting what I've purchased so far. So I can't wait for you to see it as well. So let me show you this. One of the products in there is called Pearlescent Specialty Paper. And I don't know if you can tell, can you see that shine? Our shimmer paper is shiny, but this is absolutely amazing. So by itself, it looks really great, but I'm going to show you how to add some color to it tonight. So it comes 12 by 12. You can see I've cut some off of this. Two 12 by 12 sheets for $4. So it's basically $2 a sheet, but it is 12 by 12. So I've already gotten several pieces out of this, and I've still got this big piece left. All right, so let's begin. All right, so I took some of the pearlized paper and our blending brushes. You ready for another? Oh my gosh. They had shown these and I'd seen them on some demonstrations, but I had no idea how amazing these were. Oh, can't wait. And our demonstrators are so excited about them, and customers, that at one point today they were already unorderable, but they must have found some more because I was able to order some later in the day. So you get 3 in a package and they're $12. Or is it not? I should have looked. Can't remember for sure how much they are. I'll look before we're done tonight. So I'm taking the blending brush, and it's such a soft, smooth application of the ink. And what I like is if you get it a little too dark, you can come back and rub over it and lighten it up. And so we're going to add some color here. This is Rococo Rose. It just seemed like this needed a beautiful rose color on it tonight. So, and even as I'm adding this ink to it, the pearl part of it is coming out, is still coming through the color. All right, so I'm going to add some more. And you could just keep going and going and going, but you don't need to stand here or sit there and watch me rub for hours. Although the more you rub, the more beautiful it gets, I will tell you that. All right, so there you can see I got a little too much. So I just come back with the blending brush and it pulls it out. I'm going to do just a little bit more over in this part here. All right, so I took the pearlized paper and applied ink to it. All right, now I'm going to put it in our embossing folder, and it's the, goodness, my mind is going blank tonight. The Textured, the brand new one that's in this catalog as well. And so I'm going to lay it in here, and I want the paper to be pushed up. So I'm feeling for the, and this has pushed up on both sides, so it really wouldn't matter. And I don't have to worry about straight because it's such a random pattern. So I'm going to go over to my die cutting machine. I'm going to use the base, which is 1, the embossing folder, and the number 4. And I'm going to run it through my big die cutting machine. Today you could start purchasing the mini. So if you'd like to try the smaller one, it's available today. Oh my gosh, can you see that? I don't know if you, the color, it sure doesn't look as good quite as good on here. Hey Chris, how are you? It's good to see your name. Seems like forever since we've seen you and Marie. All right, so look how beautiful that is. And that was just using the blending brush and some ink and the embossing folder. And I'm going to look that name up real quick so I don't forget to tell you what the name of it is. I was able to start using it in November. It's called Painted Textures 3D Embossing Folder, and it's $9. And I was telling you about the blending. Oh, I was right on the blending brushes. They're 12. All right. So that's one. So I decided I wanted to put something, another layer on top of it. I'm going to get my Rococo Rose here. And it's going to sit on top like that. But I wanted a little bit of, oh, I forgot to cut the black. So, okay, so there's that. What's kind of interesting is this pearlized doesn't really say whether it's white or very vanilla. So there's the very vanilla. And I don't know if you've seen the information, but now we're using what's called basic white instead of the whisper white. And COVID hit our company that made the whisper white for us, and they closed their doors. So we've had to go to basic white. This is still whisper white. I have seen the basic white, and it's very, very similar. So for me, in my eye, I think I like the very vanilla with the pearlized a little bit better than the white, but you could probably use either one. So just my take on that. So I've got a piece of white, and it's not really going to matter because I'm going to do some things to it. We're going to start with some Just Jade ink. And we're going to stamp up the leaves. This is from the Art Gallery stamp set. And I'm using this for a demonstrator meeting, so I've been playing with it quite a bit. So you may see a lot of samples with this one show up. It does come with dies, and the big words are just wanted to say. And then it's got just wanted to say, sorry, thank you, best wishes, you're lovely, I'm thinking of you. So a lot of variety. It's got designer series paper that comes with it and some other fun things. But right now I'm just going to use the stem with the flowers. And again, I'm using the Just Jade from the In Colors. And then I'm going to use my Rococo Rose again. The big flower is 2-step. And if you're not familiar with 2-step, that means that it takes 2 steps to build your image. So we're going to do our, well, I put my stems over a little too far. Maybe we better go this way. All right, so we're going to do our flower first. Let's see. So we're going to go like that. Then this next piece is designed so that when we stamp it over the top, it adds depth to the flower. And because it's polymer, we can see through it. So see how it gives that depth to the flower? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so now we're going to go back with the stem, and I'm going to add it so that it fits in correctly here, like that. All right, and looky there. Don't you get tired of putting ink where you shouldn't put it? Oh, I get so mad at myself. Well, we're going to put a ribbon on here. I'd planned to anyway. I guess I know where that ribbon's going to go. All right, so I stamped that, and it's really pretty, and I could put it on there, but I wanted to add some more sparkle and shine to this. So I took some rubbing alcohol and our frosted white, goodness, Davita. It's just frosted white shine, I guess. Shimmer paint, there we go. Woo! Frosted white shimmer paint. And I put it inside one of our spritzers. So most of it's alcohol. I added, oh, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 just drops of the shimmer frost white. You can tell I don't use it very often. Okay, now the trick is it does kind of go all over the place when you spray. So you kind of have to make sure you have a big area. I know you can take it and put it in a box, or you can put it like in our paper pumpkin boxes so that it kind of protects all the spray. And what's interesting, I never noticed this before, but because I'd stamped on the other side, it's showing up just a little bit. So fortunately, I cut 2 pieces of that paper, I'm pretty sure. So let's stamp one more because I want this to look nice. All right, so very quickly, flower. Oh, that was the behind part. Oh, we'll go the other way. We'll see what it looks like. Never tried to line it up this way. See, you guys, it's just like being in my kitchen. We just never know what's going to happen. All right, so it doesn't matter which one you do first. As you can see, they both give that nice layer. I did it again. Boy, I must really be rocking my fingers tonight. All right. I'm going to give that just a couple minutes to dry before I put the sparkle on it. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to come back to my inside piece for my card. And I'm going to take the stem again, and I don't want my flower to take up the whole paper. So I'm going to just do it over here on this side, like that. And then another one of the flowers in this set is just this small bud. Like that. And then one of the sayings I really like is thinking of you. I'm thinking of you. We're going to stamp that like that. And so that's the inside piece. Lay that out of the way. All right, so now we'll go back to our flower and shake this up and give it some shine. You do need to let it set for just a little bit. So as you can see, it kind of bubbles up, but then it'll flatten back out. So I'm going to slide that out of the way. So while it's drying, let me show you another way that I decorated the pearlescent paper. So on this one, I took the embossing folder that I hid. And this time, and you've seen this before, but I'm going to apply the ink inside here. So I'm going to do just the direct approach. So I'm going to pull, I tried the lighter purple last time. This time I think I'm going to go with the darker just to see the difference. And because this is so raised, you want to just gently touch your ink pad on it and get images here, okay? So most of you should have received an email from me today with the announcement of celebration starting today, and that the January to June catalog starts. If you have not gotten your catalog from me yet, please let me know. And I will get one to you. All right, you ready? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Love that. Now, it does act like a slick paper. So with this here, you would need to either use the heat tool and dry it or set it aside and let it dry for a little while. But look how it makes that shine with that purple behind it. Isn't that cool? All right, so lay that aside. So what I did, let me show you the difference here and what I learned. So the first thing I tried is I stamped this in Memento ink, the flower. And as you can see, it didn't stay very dark. With the shine makes it hard to see. And when I colored, it picked up the Memento a little bit. So bad idea. So you don't want to do that. So then on this one, I stamped it with StazOn ink. And look how much nicer and crisper that image is. Then I thought, well, let's see what happens when we emboss with it. So I embossed this with the silver embossing powder. And I'm going to pull my Highland Heather markers, because that's what my card base is, and show you the difference in coloring these. Now, the nice thing when you use the embossing powder is it gives you an edge. So it's almost like bumper bowling. You've got a bumper and then you don't have to worry about going over the edge. So you can see how much easier it is to color there. And I could keep coloring, but I'll stop. On this one, we're going to be careful because, again, because this is a slick surface, and even though it was quite a while ago I did this, you want to make sure you don't pick up the black. And I can tell this has sat quite a while because I'm not having troubles with that. But you can see then how you can color that in and add color. So I would definitely recommend the StazOn or the silver embossing powder. So this is the card that I made with this one. And you can see that this one here, I stamped in StazOn and did the thinking of you, wrapped the purple ribbon that has the Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and then Purple Posy. I did the Highland Heather for the background. And then I used these pearls. Oh, love these things. I'm going to have a hard time with this catalog because there is so much I like in it. And it's got the pink, which would be like the Blushing Bride, Highland Heather. I'm guessing that's maybe Seaside Spray or Pool Party, I'm not real sure. And then Gorgeous Grape. So I added 3 of the Gorgeous Grape on there for that card. So you know me in purple. So there you go with that. And I was trying to kind of come up with a leather look, but I wasn't real happy with it. So this one here is just soft suede ink, and it's on the pearlized. But what I did is after I put the ink on, like we did on this one, I spritzed it with the, well, I'll show you what I did. We'll see how it turns out on this. We'll go back to these. So see how that flattened back out? It's still going to take a little while for it to dry, so I probably won't put the card completely together, but you can see now how it sparkles, and it looks just like the pearlized paper. So when you use this same mixture of the frost, why can't I remember that? Frost white and the alcohol, it's going to change the texture of this and give it just a more weathered look too, which I thought was kind of cool. And it's kind of silly to be altering this because, like I said, it's so beautiful. But then this is kind of fun too, to just add some more texture to it. And I didn't want to mess up my blending brush that's brand new. So I went and grabbed one of our daubers, and I just kind of came back and I swirled it just a little bit. So it pulls a little bit of the ink off. And I probably want to let it dry. I got just a little bit too much. But then you can see that those dots are coming out, and it gives it an even more textured, weathered, just cool dimension, I think. So I did that with the soft suede. So you can see the variations in there and kind of the little dots that popped up. And then I also tried it with the brick embossing folder afterwards. And you can see that. Isn't that amazing? Okay, sorry. I sound like an infomercial tonight, don't I? Sorry, sorry, sorry. This set here is one I could not resist. If you know me, I love Crocs and pictures and the older style stuff. And in this stamp set is called Welcoming Windows. And it's got shutters, a window, the tea pitcher, the pots. Then you can make your own brick wall. Small images here. This makes a brick wall. And then some great sayings that I liked with greenery and the flowers that fit in it. And it has, hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day. So that would be great for Mother's Day as well. So as you can see, I've invested in quite a bit already. The dies that come with this one have, I'm sorry about that light. That's kind of irritating me here. It has wood shutters that you can cut out, another window frame here. It cuts out the pot, the flowers, a bench. I've made this card here, I'll show you. See how you took the one piece and I made a brick wall from it and then stamped the pots and then was able to cut the flowers out. I love that. All right, so that's my, all right, so you can kind of see it's just giving it a really cool textured look. All right, so back to the finished product, because I think I've shown you all the different pieces and parts. So I took a piece of black and put it on here, and then put my textured, and on this one, I did the same thing I did here. And so you can see I put a little more ink on the first one as I played with it. And then this one here, you can see how the texture from the pearlescent paper is coming out. And then I added my flower. Here's another cool thing I discovered. So one of the ribbons that we can get is this ribbon here. And on the front side, it is Blushing Bride. So it matches your Blushing Bride. But when I flipped it over, I think it matches the Rococo Rose really well. So I flipped it over and used the back side for my ribbon here. Used some dimensionals to pop it up. And then on the inside did my flower and the greeting. So 3 cards for you tonight. There's one with the brick wall, that one, and of course my purple, like that. This paper is absolutely stunning, and I wish there was a better way to show you on the internet how amazing it looks. It is just amazing. Phew, about ended my thing too soon. All right, I've got 2 classes coming up in January. Club is next week, and you should have gotten emails about it. And I hope I brought those cards up. And it looks like I left them downstairs in the family room. You should have gotten an email with the pictures. Kind of sounds like I wasn't prepared today, doesn't it? Oh, sorry. There is a Valentine's card. There's one of the cards I showed you here we go, last week. So for the class, we're going to do this Follow Your Art. No, that's not what it's called. The flower set. Art gallery, there we go. And this time we're going to emboss with white embossing powder and then color with our blend. So it looks like it's a real fancy chalkboard type image. We're going to do that. We are going to make this Valentine's card. And I wanted this to be a softer color to match in here. And so I'm going to show you how you can color the silver and make it look a little more rusty or bronze colored. And then we are going to do one of the cards I showed you last week. And let me grab it here. This one here. It uses the happy birthday set that I mentioned today that's from Celebration. And it has this, if things really do get better with age, then you're approaching perfection. So I'll show you how to stamp this and then cut it apart for the class. Then I'm doing a Valentine's class and I'm trying something different. Instead of us doing a bundle, we're actually going to buy some of the products that are in the Valentine's set this year, but we're going to use the products that coordinate with it. So there is this gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Here you can see it. This one will be real simple. You'll stamp your heart, stamp your arrow, and put the pieces together. It uses that paper texture 3D folder. It has this amazing foil. So this is Rococo Rose and Sahara Sand. There's some more of the designer series paper. And these opal rounds will be added. This ribbon I added out of my stock. You're not going to purchase that ribbon. Here's where you can see I colored that heart to make it more of a warm color to go with a very vanilla paper. There's some of that ribbon that I used tonight. Here's another one that's real simple. I wanted to show you that with this paper being so amazing, you can make some cards very, very easily. So there's that. And then I love these treat boxes. So these boxes come where you're able to put them together and they are sturdy. Very, very sturdy. Great to put little gifts in. I need to start playing with it to figure out what fits inside. But we'll wrap it with the paper, add some hearts and some ribbon. So even though this class has 5 or 6 projects, they're not very difficult. So I think you'll be able to put them together. So you can purchase, I think I did 4 options where you have buy a half a package of all the designer series paper, the foil, the dots, the ribbon. And these, the foil. You can do half or you can do whole. And then if you don't have this stamp set, which is heartfelt with the heart punch, if you need to order that because you didn't order it last year with me, then I have 2 options for a half a package of all the papers and everything, or a full package. And the nice thing is that with Celebration, with the full packages, the last 3 options, you get at least 1 Celebration item. And of course you can add to it to bump it up a little bit to get 2 Celebration items as well. So that's it. If you're placing an order and it's not over $150, here's my host code for the month of January. And just to remind you, if you hit 150 in product, then you get Stampin' Rewards. So with a $150 order, you get $15 in free product. So keep that in mind. If there's several things you want, maybe ask for birthday money or Valentine's money early, and then you'd have some extra to spend. Okay, so I got to show you that. Can you see that? Oh, that's just so amazing. All right, I'm going to be done being an infomercial tonight. I try not to do that. I try to just be a teacher. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will have another video next Tuesday. Again, let me know if you don't have your catalogs. I'll get those to you. Oh, I know the other thing I want to mention. Send me an email or a Facebook message or a text and tell me your 3 favorite items from the January to June catalog and 1 from the Celebration, your favorite Celebration item. And I'm going to put all those responses in my thought process for which items to use for classes between now and June. And just to encourage you to share your ideas with me, send me your favorites, and I'm going to do at least 1 drawing and give away some merchandise. So let me know what items you like in the catalog. And yeah, yeah, I guess that's it. Hope you're having a great week. Stay safe. We'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks for stopping by.